Norway, local chicken scratch iron, you guys don't understand what this is. So they've got superheat and subcooling, right? And he was just looking at the pressures on here. So we've already got recharge. So our superheat was 11 and our subcooling was 21. You already knew from factory this is where we're sort of at, right? Okay. So with this, we've got this in the off position. So what we're going to do is move into what they call service mode. So I'm going to go to program. I'm going to go up, up, down, down, and enter. Okay, this tells me that my compressor pump status is off and how I maneuver through this. Do you see so far or no?
Yeah, no, I'm seeing it's similar to other chillers.
It is. Right. If you've got your chillers, you already know this control panel.
That's
same thing.
There we go.
Right? So we can move on. This gives us our compressor status. Compressor 2. Fan outputs. So we can turn this on. Right? Come off. We can control all of our out. We can test all of our right in the off position, right? Heater status, evaporator heater status, right? Remember I was talking about that? You turn it on, you put your amp clamp on there, and make sure it's going, right? Right. Yes, right. You go in here and you put it to on. Put it on, and now it's heating. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. Alarm status. Evaporator pump status. This means if we're getting flow or not, right? Hot gas bypass. I don't know that we got that. Yeah, right, exactly. Remember how I was talking about the expansion valves? Now I can take here and I can come here and I can stroke it. Right? Like that. Yeah.
This is real similar to the other chillers.
Yeah, right.
You did any DDC front? It's all similar. It's just the menus change.
Right.
So normally what I do,
Pretty much navigate and look for the settings that you're looking for.
I'll come in here and I'll look at it.
Yes.
I'll stroke it to 100. Right. Make sure it runs up. Then I'll put it at 50. And then if you got your partner with it, you can say, hey, now we know what it looks like. Here's 100, here's 0.
So he's manipulated from
Is
there.
50 good? Yeah.
I thought it got controls like FX type shit first.
If we had VFD, we could bundle fan speeds.
Down.
Stuff like that.
Password?
We got standard fan control, so we got on off. No, along the edge.
Then it went up. There's a ladder.
We got electronic space. This tells you all the options. You can do some damage in there. So make sure if you are making changes in here, you know what you're changing. Alright?
No, I'm just saying.
And the other thing too is
I've cleaned the chiller.
this will tell you how to get
But that exhaust, I don't know.
Doing strong for a while.
Okay, we'll edit that out in post.
So let's say I don't want circuit number 1 to run. I can control them and I push enter. Oh, that's right. Right. So then I can go back again. Right. Off again. And then go back big lag. So if I want to change that, I can change.
You can completely segregate one of the circuits on here. It's like spelled out where you ain't gotta like me.
Technology.
Right. So there's a ton of stuff we can do
We've
on
had
here.
that for like 6, 7
That's
years.
as far as I want to go because there are more modes in here that you can really mess around.
Get into the weeds.
Okay. Now we're gonna go into here. So if you get into a situation where you're like lost and you think I lost the menu, go back to status. This just tells you that we're shut down. Okay. Now we're out of service mode. I'm gonna go to operational data. It says the suction pressure, right? give you the voltage and pressure. If I stroke down, hello, that'll tell me all my discharge pressure. It'll tell me what the compressors are doing, right? I don't have to have gauges for this anymore. Right? I can go here and look at the suction pressure. I can look at the discharge. I can see the secrete. I can see what this machine is doing, right? Switches. I can see what fans are supposed to be on. Yeah, so the operational data switch is really important.
That's dope.
Right. And then once I turn this on, then I can actually see my suction pressure. I can see all the stuff, operational data. And then if I go up with that switch, now it starts to show me my flow switch is on, my output, right? So there's a ton of, depends on which way you want to go. Going down gives me all my compressor information. Going up gives me my condenser fan. You can also hook a printer up to this and print out logs and all that. It's got a history on here. Okay, it'll tell you the same needs. Yes.
You know what that way, man?
Yeah, it's in here. It's in here. It'll tell you how many starts and stops it does, right? The reason why that's so important, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you a little story here. I had a compressor that was 6 months old, and it had 3,000 starts on it on stage 1. Okay? What was happening is my EXV was only opening this far. The compressor would turn on, start up, fire up compressor number 1, run, go to fire number 2, suck it down into a vacuum, and it would immediately lock itself out. And go on timer and say, okay, now we're 600 seconds in, let's try it again. It would do that again, and it just kept doing it. It kept doing it, it kept doing it, right? So that's why when you're in here and you're looking at your cycle for how many start stops, that's why that's so important. Again, once you get done, let's say you find that problem, you get done, you can reset that to 0. Right? So now you know that I am running the test. I know that I reset that. Now when I come back in a week, I know I better not have 3,000 starts and stops and shit. Yes. Right. Power up, power down. It's all on there too. It records how many times you power up, power down. Okay. The reason why I say that is because you can see. In my side of things, I always get the story. Oh, we didn't know. Oh yeah. I see 2,800 power ups, power downs. I know that you were powered up, powered down, reset it. Right? Yeah. So you know what's going on, right? Okay. So operational data is one. Set points, obviously, this is what our set point range is here. I'm assuming you're controlling it off a BACnet. Okay. This is obviously what I leave in English. Switch on, switch off. I told you about these. If you have a reset that needs to be done where it locks out, you need to put all these compressors in off. Enter. Cycle power, then turn it back on, and then turn the compressors back on. Otherwise, it will not reset. Did you do that again? So if we got a low, there's a list of like low suction pressure, low freeze those are hard lockouts. That'll lock this thing down, and it'll say I'm not for start. If you get those, in order to clear them, you have to go to options twice. One, two, right? Compressors. Right, both circuits. Yeah, so both circuits you put two circuits, 6 compressors. Right. 2 circuits. Right. So you gotta shut down both circuits? Yes. Put them both off. See how I got them off here? Enter. If you not put enter, it will not take it. Okay. So it'll still stay in on, and then it won't reset. So you push enter, and then I go back. I always go back and go at this again. So I start at the beginning, 1, 2. I know they're off. I'll cycle power then. Cycle power back on. Let it all come back on, right? And then I'll come back here and I'm gonna turn back on here. Enter. Right? And I'm gonna go back to status again. I'm gonna go back here. 1, 2, and they're on now. Right? Yeah. Enter. It has to be pushed, otherwise it will not recognize it. Okay. Delay is 600 seconds. Yes. So if you power this down, or there's an issue with let's say it goes out on again, let's say you have changed it to 600. If you have a situation where it trips off, it'll go into recycle, it'll be 600 seconds. Okay, so you'll see it. You will see it counting down. You can see that. It shows it right on here.
Rather than sitting there waiting.
Right.
Wait. Right.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Right. So we'll go back to our status again, and it will say right now we got to switch off. It'll say countdown, and it will give you the countdown. And it'll show system 1, system 2, right? And remember, we only got 2 systems. We got 6 compressors, right? Okay. Scheduling, we're not going to do anything with. Clock free, we've already probably got it set. And that is really it. The rest of this we would do it on position. And that would be questions on that?
I can see this today, but before I have to go into it might be next year.
No, I'm with you. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Go on to Quantek's website, Quantek Chiller, and they got troubleshooting tips, and they've also got the manuals on it. So all their manuals, everything I've been through on the step-by-steps is in their manuals.
By the time I was going down there to get in some trouble, I ain't seen you in 2 years.
Yeah, right. That's why I said.
Down now, what else?
So what I was going to say is that manual, that manual there is the same manual you would have online. That's on that silver, brass coating, upper brass coating. Right? Yes, that's it. That's the electronic. On both circuits. So the one in front of that, solenoids, and then the dryer.
He's just asking about it. That's fine.